Okay guys, here's a garden update for you. The last update I did was June 28th. So today we're gonna go ahead and do a new update, show you how everything's growing, and everything's just kind of going nuts right now. So we are almost in the full swing of things where things are starting to ripen and we can actually start harvesting. It's been pretty cool. So right here we have some strawberries and some raspberries. Raspberries are getting some blossoms on them, so that one is starting to produce. This is a new plant this year. This is also a new plant. This is raspberries as well. It's starting to send off some new healthy shoots, so we'll need to do something about staking those up. I'll need to build something that'll work here in this garden bed. Over here we have some thyme and some blackberries and strawberries. Those are pretty much done for the season, or at least for now. I think they do have another round that'll come up in the fall. So over here we have the bed of doom. This will be revamped in the fall. For now it's just a big mess of asparagus, grass, strawberries, weeds, and it looks like one sunflower. I do have, looks like we have a little nest right here that my ducks laid some eggs that I've missed. So I was wondering where the heck her eggs were. So I'll have to get those. Those are laid by Phoebe, the white duck. She lays the white eggs, and then my other duck lays blue eggs. So I will need to find those as well. But anyway, there's that. Over here we have some purple pole beans and some strawberries. There's a bunch of asparagus there. This is asparagus is like a cool season crop, so at this point it just kind of ferns out, grows some seeds. You'll let that feed the roots over the summer, and then next year you'll get new asparagus. Over here we have some San Marzano tomatoes. San Marzano tomatoes. These I will be making a bunch of sauce with. They are looking pretty good. Got lots of them growing, and they're doing pretty good. So I'm looking forward to those. Hopefully I'll get a lot of sauce. Those make a really good pasta sauce. Over here we have our grapes. Those are starting to fill in pretty nicely. We have some bush beans there. Those look a little bit sad. Don't know how well those are gonna do. Over here we have corn, onions, watermelon. There's an eggplant back there somewhere, and a kale as well. This is the pumpkin plant. My ducks do come and kind of nip at this, so we'll see how well they do. We also have some tomatillo that has seeded from last year. I might let it go and see what happens. And then we have our watermelon that has gone crazy right here. So look at that. I got one here, got a little guy there, little guy there. So this is growing really nicely. I just come out every day and kind of take some of these vines and hook them up into this arch, and you can see it's growing up the arch. There's my buddy Norman, and they've even grown over here onto this little archway as well. So I just keep kind of training them to go up the arch each day. Over here I have the same thing, a bunch more pumpkins, training them to grow up the arch. And you can see I have, not pumpkins, did I say pumpkins? Watermelon here, and I got quite a few just kind of doing their thing right now. So growing up that way. We have fennel here, cauliflower. These are lemon boy tomatoes. I put in this bird feeder the other day. They seem to be attracting the birds. I haven't actually seen a bird on here. However, this has been gone, so I'm thinking that there's birds that have been eating the seed there. So here's my lemon boy tomatoes. You can see some back there. I have some kohlrabi. I'm having this onion go to seed so I can collect the seeds. That's from last year. And then over here we have some cauliflower, some broccoli romanesco, I think is what it's called, romanesca. And then here we have some early girl tomatoes that are starting to produce. This is the back side of that watermelon arch. I have some sage back there as well. Over here we have some lemon basil. This is trying to go to seed, so I will need to harvest this, and I'm gonna freeze dry it and turn that into some dried herbs that I can use in like pasta or with chicken. And I'm also gonna make a tea out of it as well. Over here we have some kohlrabi and some more of the Lemon Boy tomatoes. I have quite a few Lemon Boy tomatoes. I counted, I believe, 35 on this one yesterday. I have some fennel here and some marigolds, some vinca, more of the lemon basil here. This is a honeysuckle that is starting to blossom again. My goal is to get this to go up and over this arch so that it creates a really pretty thing here, some shade, a little bit of shade, and have some pretty flowers. Back there we have more early girl tomatoes. I've got a couple of them on there. And we also have a garden huckleberry right here. So this is a garden huckleberry, and you can make jam out of it. It's really, it's only ripe when they're just like right at the end of the season, so it's going to be a long time before I can get those. Over here we have our green beans. I have some that have started to get big enough to where I can eat them. Here's one there. There's a couple right there. So we're getting somewhere with this one. And this one is growing up and over. And then here it kind of fell down. So I need to get like a chair or something and hook that back up. And just about 6 inches too short to hook that onto the tallest part there. I also have some asparagus beans back here as well that have started to grow, and I'm going to train those to hook onto here as well. Here we have some kohlrabi. I had a problem with aphids, so I sprayed them with the dish soap, and it kind of fried the plant, so I think I did too much dish soap. Not sure if this is going to recover. We'll give it some time and see. This is one here that I also sprayed, and it seems to be doing okay, so we'll see how it goes. I got some beets right here, China jade cucumbers there, and cucamelons. My last video I showed you the cucamelons didn't have any blossoms on them. However, I finally started to get some little tiny baby cucamelons. So we'll see if those work out for me. Lots of the China jade cucumbers. I have one here. These get super long. You can see how long this one is. This one's ready to be picked, so I can actually make some cucumber kimchi out of that. And let's see, I've got some more kind of growing. There's one here and here. So this one's going kind of crazy. I will need to hook this up onto this arch. And then I have more cucamelons here. You can see a little baby guy right there. And this is some kale, some kohlrabi. My zinnias have gone crazy since my last video. Last time I only had like one flower. Now they've gone nuts. I've got some cauliflower, I think. And these are pear tomatoes, cherry, like a cherry tomato, small tomato. There's some dill right there and more early girl tomatoes there. Here I have some kind of squash. I believe that's a yellow crookneck squash. Here we have Norman. Hello, Norman. Hello, Norman. Over here we have Russian melons, potatoes, strawberries, and asparagus and garlic. So my Russian melons are these tiny little melons that you grow. It's like basically one serving, one person serving. But I do have some that are kind of starting to get some melons on there. There's one right there. And those grow to be about the size of a baseball. So they're pretty small. They're just like a little snack size melon. But there's that. Some herbs right here, mint there. Some stuff that's not doing so hot right there. I think I need to amend the soil. And then I found an egg. Move these out of the way. Here's my egg. So this is from my girl there, the gray one. That's Rachel. And then we have Phoebe over there taking a little nap. She's got her head tucked back into her wing, and she's just chilling out, taking a little snooze. But she's got one eye on me. Runner ducks are kind of skittish, so that's how they are. And then here's Norman again, just chilling, follow me in the garden. And then over here we have some type of gourd. Tons of pickling cucumbers. This thing has gone nuts. I have a tomato here, the tomato of mystery, tomatillos, tons of pickling cucumbers. They're just going nuts. I got tons of peppers. If you look at my last video, you can see just how much this has grown in the last, I don't know what, 10, 11 days. Banana peppers. Anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching.